So I saw this post. What if I told you that the new Gen 11 isn't created by media, but a single person? This got me thinking, what exactly could bro be cooking here? And then I read on a little bit further. Just like Ego, someone is trying to build a new generation of players, but this time by scouting across the world. As we see right here, so on and so forth. Using Ego's unpolished gems, unpolished lumps, so on and so forth to try to justify it. And I mean, okay, makes sense. And that person is none other than Ray Dark. I always found it weird that he found Kaiser after his arrest, but if he's trying to build a new generation of players just like Ego is doing, it makes sense. It explains how Snuffy managed to find a homeless child. Ray Dark probably tipped him off. A lot of people thought Leonardo Luna was the one who traumatized Cell, but what if it's just the way Ray Dark wants his players to be? Suffering builds character, so on and so forth with all of this. I'm sure he will organize a game between the Blue Lock 11 and New Gen 11 after the win at the U20 World Cup. Now, I have a lot to say about this relating to it, some of it agreeing with and some of it I disagree with. Now, understandably, it's all just speculation at this point, but there's no indication that Ray Dark had any part in this, but I understand that the idea of it happening could very much be there. But if that's the case, what makes people like Kaiser, Lorenzo, and Sai so special? Because Sai, in this case, based off of Suffering, right, was already a good football player. Unlike Lorenzo and Kaiser, who had a terrible upbringing, Sai is kind of the odd one out. And both people like Kaiser and Lorenzo didn't have any football experience prior to this. Where is the correlation between football prowess and having a terrible upbringing? There's gotta be an even line. Because why else would Ray Dark do it? And going off of this, I feel a Blue Lock 11 and New Gen 11 game would be done before the World Cup arc. Because we have people like Snuffy, Noel Noah, Leonardo Luna, who are infinitely better than the New Gen 11. That much I can bank a lot on. And I can guarantee you we're gonna see them in the U20 World Cup. If they were to do something like this, it'd have to be before the World Cup arc. But it would make this interesting because Kaiser knows how Isagi works, so on and so forth. Same thing with Lorenzo, as well as Charles. So actually seeing a game like this and how that plays out would be interesting, especially if you know the enemy's weapons. Overall, I'd definitely pay to see something like this. I think it'd be a very interesting take on where we could go further in Blue Lock.